naibu wa chief, assistant chiefs. Na naomba mkija museme kila kitu hapa. Tukirudi ofisi usiseme nilisahau, ndio wakati wenu. Kwa hivyo nitamuita assistant chief Christine Otio kutoka Utawala sub county sub location, akifuatiwa na assistant chief Douglas Kimani. Wale wawili waje mbele. Sasa ni wakati wa kutoboa. Semeni toboa. Toboa, toboa. Kuja juu. Tobolea juu hapa.
Our CS, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, all protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen, I am Christine Otio, Assistant Chief Utawala. And here we are observing gender, so I'll just take like 3 points and then my colleague will take the other points because we had done a write-up. So let me start first of all by thanking you, CS, because today we can get uniforms. So we are getting our colleagues getting some training because knowledge is power. And it is because of the knowledge we are getting through the training seminars, we get empowered to serve the people. Because an assistant chief is the lowest person on the ground, sisi ndio sura ya serikali. So we need to be empowered, and what is happening today is commendable, and we are motivated, sir. And sir, there's another issue about the welfare of the people we serve at the ground. We feel the heat, we feel the pain. And I will start first of all with a humble request, sir. I know it is a security meeting, but certain things, if they are not solved, still people will not have peace and there'll be discomfort at the ground. The assistant chiefs, emotionally, they are drained daily by needy students wanting to join the university. We would humbly request that through your officer, if help would get officers, extension officers on the ground. Why? Because we sit down there with very needy cases, and sometimes we recommend and sometimes they don't get the support required. So we also get pained. A good example is Utawala today. We have a young man, sir, Kennedy Otieno Odhiambo. He is not related to us. When he came to Nairobi last year, he did not join university because he was late and he's a total orphan. So through the DCC wa Mulevu, who was the larger Embakasi, we gave him accommodation at our camp, sir. So he has a uni-hat pal. He's not an officer, but he's a needy case. So Kennedy has been able to join KU this year. Huyo ni mtoto wa serikali because DCC wa Mulevu handed over to DCC Lomachar. Huyo ni mtoto wa serikali. Anakula, anakunywa, lakini amejoin university this year. When he was coming to Nairobi, he didn't have his certificates. He just had the 2 death certificates for the parents and his birth certificate and his ID. And today, the Director of Education has ensured that he's able to get his school certificates, though he was not able to raise. He had a balance of 173. So when we talk of examples, we know the pain we go through, because that is a needy case, and Kennedy has not gotten any allocation. As a country, as we reflect, Kennedy one day asked, and I want the people of Siaya to hear this, asked my daughter, because he calls my daughter Dada. Dada, nikikufia kwa hii mabati yangu pale kwa polisi, watu wangu watakujia mwili wangu? That is a painful question. So my daughter told him, haukukuja Nairobi kufa. You came to Nairobi to succeed. So Kennedy is now at the Kenyatta University, sir, and he still hasn't gotten his help allocation. And that is the main reason why I was saying, if there were extension officers from HELB to the ground, they'd feel the plight, see where that young man, that young man where he gets his daily requirements, and the APTC clinic has been very, very helpful. When he gets sick, he gets treated. So when we say that we are with the people on the ground, we feel the pain, those ones who cannot get food, those ones who cannot get everything. Anakuja hapa anasema, chief, nimefika mwisho. So with the help, that is a challenge. We need more needy cases brought on board, and we will be happy, sir. Thank you, sir. Let me leave the rest for my colleague to take up. Thank you, sir.
Ametoboa hajatoboa? Haya, karibu.
Thank you, sir, for this opportunity. Sir, I am Douglas Kimani, the Assistant Chief for Udhiru Sub-Location, Dagoretti South. We appreciate, sir, an opportunity to meet together as GAO team, as a county, the security teams, and elaborate how we have journeyed together. We want to appreciate, sir, the ministry for assisting us in various capacities, development, training, as well as enabling us to interact with the wananchi and to work with them, and an opportunity even to serve this nation. I want to thank you, sir, also for giving us an opportunity as well in order to explain various challenges that we have experienced in our duties, and above all, work together to ensure that we have a better Kenya. Our hope and our faith is that this country is great, and making Kenya great requires that each one is an officer. We uphold the values of our constitution. As an officer, also that we uphold one another and love one another, ensure that there is peace and cohesion in our country. I would want to say thank you because we have had opportunities to bring together communities, to bring together families, to bring together institutions, and ensure that there is sustainability, there is service delivery. One of the challenges that we are experiencing, sir, is that most of the decisions that we make as GAO at the family level, they are not binding in the court of law. You realize the Constitution gives an opportunity for alternative dispute resolution to be recognized as a part of administration of justice. We would request that the law would be amended so that the decisions that are reached at various levels are recognized by law as a tribunal, because these are decisions that we make as families, as communities, traditional agreements and pacts. They form part of our society cohesion, and when they are recognized, they enable us to maintain order and development in our country. The other thing that we would want to raise as a very important aspect in our work areas is that you realize some chiefs, na ni ukweli, wanafanya kwa barabara, kwa road reserves, ofisi zao ni za mabati, kunanyesha, documents zinaweza haribika na ni za serikali. Would appreciate if an elaborate effort is made to ensure that assistant chiefs and chiefs work in places of dignity, and where wananchi can come and obtain services and go back home and know for sure that their documents are safe. Another element that we have realized in our endeavor is that as we work with the police, they help us a lot. But there is those who defy orders of the chief, either summons. The new structure does not allow for prosecution. There is a gap between when someone defies an order that has been lawfully given by the chief. When you go to the OB, the penal code does not recognize that someone has defied summons by the chief. And so there are people who go bragging and says, "Huyo kachifu mtamo ata hakuna mahali za kunipeleka." Would pray that the power of the chief to order people to appear so that they can agree as a family and bring social order is recognized also in the penal code. And in the new digital OB, that it is specified clearly that an offense to fail to appear when summoned by the chief is criminal. And an enhanced fine for that, if to that effect. Finally, sir, you have mentioned about our elders, our peace committees, our Nyumba Kumi. It's been a long journey working with them. And I believe that we call them day and night. We call them for meetings. We call them to come and help us to organize tree planting, conservation. They are everyday volunteering. Sir, as you go to consider that request, we pray that it be expedited. And finally, we thank you for giving us an opportunity to green our Nairobi, to plant trees, to work with the climate works. We appreciate so much for the opportunity for our young people to work in our offices. They feel so comfortable. We appreciate, we thank you, we thank the President for that noble idea to bring youth and help us reduce crime in our society. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Sawa si sawa? Sawa kabisa. Tunaendelea. Tunaomba Chief Patrick Weru kutoka Golf Coast location na Chief Christine Demba Mathare location na Mosias wafuatao wakaribie. Chief Inspector Tuska Opondo wa OCS Capitol Hill na Chief Inspector Sarah Kimusar OCS Riruta. Tuongezee hawa time ama tupunguze? Ama ikae hivyo? Haya, wamesikia. Haya. Chief Christine first. Christine.
Thank you, sir. To our Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Murkomen, Ministry of Interior and National Administration, through the Principal Secretary, State Department of Internal Security and National Administration, our Nairobi Governor, and all protocols observed. Good afternoon. Yes. Standing before you is Christine Atieno Demba, Senior Chief, Mathare Location. I would like to go through this one and share with you, as today is a great day for all of us. First of all, we the GAO team from Nairobi County, do appreciate the government for initiating the Jukwaa Usalama, a timely, noble platform that has given us the rare opportunity to engage directly with the Cabinet Secretary and other senior government leaders. We appreciate the current regime for prioritizing our safety, welfare by introducing the National Government Administrative Police Unit, NGAPO. We humbly request that the implementation of this special unit be fast-tracked and to ensure our operations are carried out in a more secure and enabling environment. Our chief's welfare, we do appreciate the government for reintroducing the Parliamentary Security Management Induction course, which, as the Cabinet Secretary has said, had taken so long. Thank you so much. And this one will enable the chiefs and the assistant chiefs to be more efficient and effective on their mandates and service delivery. We appreciate the government for the ongoing construction of both affordable housing and social housing units in Nairobi County. And we, the GAO team, we are also requesting for affordable housing within Nairobi County. Our CS, as you know, rent in Nairobi is very expensive. So we are requesting this one. We are coming to you requesting that this GAO team here, let us each get a unit, kindly. We also thank the government for entrusting GAO with the national tree planting mandate. This is not only reaffirms our commitment to environment and conservation, but also strengthens our role in achieving national climate action goals. We appreciate the government for initiating the process of the development of our village elders policy, which is aimed at recognizing our village elders. These people, we send them at night. Si tunawatuma usiku. Na hata hatuwapatii pesa, wanapiga simu hawana airtime, and yet they achieve. So we are coming here requesting humbly that this issue be fast-tracked so that they feel that they are part of us. So our Ngao achievement, we have key achievements also as Ngao. We are grateful that you have entrusted us, Ngao, with the registration of farmers for access to government's subsidized fertilizer program. The role underscores our critical contribution to national food security and the economic empowerment of both urban and rural communities. The Ngao officers ensured 100% transition to secondary school and ensuring all the children with school-going age are registered in public schools. We are also supervising the climate works Mtaani cohorts, where our young people work and get paid. The exercise has enabled the reduction of crime rates into our areas of jurisdiction. The officers are up to task on Nairobi River rehabilitation, the directive of our president. This exercise is ongoing, and the officers are ensuring that our river regain its glory. Now I'm coming to our key welfare operation and policy requests as Ngao officers. Sir, we are requesting that you prioritize the construction of permanent, well-equipped administrative officers to ensure effective service delivery, dignified working conditions, and security of government documents. And we are also requesting that you enhance our AIE to ensure timely disbursement of AIE funds to enable smooth day-to-day operations at the grassroots that is commensurated to the current economic times. You said that you're working on something on mobility, but we still had it here and we have to say it. I'm also requesting that according to Article 239 of the Kenyan Constitution, Ngaos are not enlisted as security agencies. This has minimized their full operations in matters security management and combating crime. And yet they are the ones feeding the other agencies with intelligence. Ama nadanganya? Tuko kwa constitution afande. So sir, we need to be entrenched in the constitution. If we are truly community security agents. We also thank you, sir. We appreciate the government's move to decentralize uniform distribution to the county level. Yeah. So, having said all that, once again, we extend our heartfelt appreciation to the government and all relevant authorities for their continued support. We affirm our unwavering commitment to serve the nation with diligence, integrity, and loyalty, and to play an active role in ensuring that success of implementation of bottom-up economical transformation agenda better in the grassroots level. We affirm our dedication to national service grassroots leadership. Thank you so much, sir. And I would request that our chairman give you our memorandum that we have here. Sawa, sawa, sir. Thank you, sir.
Haya, tuwapatie makofi. Thank you very much. Naona
Thank you, RC Nairobi, our chief guest, and wageni wale wako hapa. Amjambo. Amjambo Nairobi. Kwa hiyo unasikia ja? Leo mlikula saa 4 mliangaliwa na mweshi, sivyo? Haya, asante. Mambo ishasemwa yetu na wakubwa wale wengi tuko naye. Mimi kama chairman Nairobi lazima niseme maneno moja tu kuwaweka. Leo our cabinet secretary ashonga mambo muhimu ya kusema tufanye kazi pamoja na OCS. Zamani tulikuwa tunafanya baraza na OCS. Sasa ni mzuri bwana Muhesh, ushasema na unasema mchana wako hapa tukitana mkuje baraza za machifu. Kitu kingine, Muhesh, wazee wa vijiji hapa tupo. Tulikuwa hapa na rais na tukaongelea wazee wapeo kitu kidogo. Si tulisema ya mambo? Na hiyo mambo najua rais ako sana, lakini sasa tuko na mtu wa kututetea. Kenya mzima tujaona, Kenya hili letu tujaona waziri anaenda 47 counties. Na ndio naona anaongea mambo yote, ashashika kila kitu. Na tunamwambia ukae hapo kwa sababu tuko na kibarua, lazima tuendelee na hiyo kibarua mpaka tumalize. Si ndio hivyo? Na Nairobi tena, mimi usema Nairobi ndio kuse. Na vijana wetu tufanye kazi, tupendane na mtupende na mpende serikali yetu. Na iko kitu yozao. Asante sana governor wa Nairobi. Iko kitu uliongea. Asante, uendelee kutushikilia na tunafanya kazi pamoja na watu wako. Si tukikuwa na shida, hatuna shida na watu wako. Unless wale wanalegaregea. Lakini tutanyorosha hawa. Asanteni sana na Mungu abariki.
Haya, tumpatie makofi.
Haya, RC kidogo.
Haya.
RC. Thank you very much. RC, kabla hujaenda kwa OCS. Kuna ngoja. Wewe. Ngoja. Hapa kuna order. Kuna chief ama assistant chief bado wako na kitu imesaulika na anaona yenye nahusu Nairobi hii. Anaona imesaulika. Kuna mtu wako nyuma pale. Unataka useme kitu? Utasemea hapo. Utaletewa mic hapo. Ndio huyu Haya, simama hapa mbele mbio. Lakini mwenye hapo nyuma, you don't need, mtaletewa mic hapo.
Thank you.
Pelekea mic yule hapo nyuma pale. Proceed. Na point.
Yes.
Na sio yako peke yako, useme pia ya Nairobi.
Asante sana. All protocol observed. Wenzangu, chief, assistant chief, hamjambo. Kwanza waziri, tukuombee good health, maisha mrefu, na hii docket rais asikutoe haraka. Kukiwa na lishafo, weka kwanza. Tunaomba rais akuweke hapo. Kwa sababu wewe ni mmoja wa wale waziri wameelewa shida zetu. Mimi niko na jambo moja ya kiusalama. Waziri, kuna kitabu inasumbua sisi inaitwa OB, Occurrence Book, ambayo inakuwa kwa ofisi ya OCPP na OCS. Katika hii kitabu, wakati assistant chief ana arrest, anaambiwa aandike statement. Na mimi nataka madaraka kwa sababu niko na 22 years assistant chief. Nataka hiyo madaraka umesema niwekelewe. Katika hii kitabu inaitwa OB, tungeomba ipeanwe kwa IPOA, Independent Body. Sababu wakati mimi niliajiriwa mwaka wa 2002, tulikuwa tunatumia OB tukiwa na administration police. Administration police wanaandika maabusu ya chief na tunahakikisha hiyo maabusu imefika kotini. Saa hii mimi nikishika mtu ya banki, niko mahali inaitwa Kibera Siranga. Mahali jana juzi kusaidiwa na DCC wangu nilimwaga pombe lita 1400. Mimi nikishika maabusu napeleka kwa post. Nikibadilisha nguo ananipigia, chief umeniletea maabusu nipeleke wapi, na hospitali amekataa. Yes. Kwa sababu yes. Hiyo ndio ukweli wa mambo. Ati mpaka hospitali akubali maabusu ya chief. Kwangu Siranga iko banki. Nimepambana nayo. Kwetu tuko na chang'aa. Nimeipiga mpaka mimi nimekuwa adui ya raia. Kwa sababu askari hata nikitoka tu, hata huyo nilishika siku hiyo aliachiliwa. Yes. Anaandikiwa kukojoa ovyo, hakuna chang'aa. Kwa sababu ya kitu inaitwa charge sheet. Who is the owner of charge sheet? Kama mimi ni officer na nikitoka tu kidogo siandiki charge sheet, tutafanya kazi namna gani? Nimemaliza. OB ikuwe mbili, moja ya chief ama ikuwe na independent.
Asante sana. Haya, nimesikia. Asante, nimesikia. Bado kidogo. Sasa hiyo nimesikia vizuri sana. Mliona chief moja aliongea hivyo kwa Kakamega. Akasema una arrest mtu ikifika wakati wa sasa kutengeneza the charge sheet. Chief anaambiwa kila wakati kuna kesi lazima yeye aende kotini, kesi ni yeye ndio lazima akue pale, na pia kwamba saa zingine hata mtu ameshikwa for defilement kwa sababu mwenye ameandiwa over hajafuatilia, kabla chief hajafika nyumba anaenda kupata ule mtu wako mbele yake. So nimesikia. Asante sana bwana chief, and there are issues to be raised there. Wewe una chief una yes. Ngoja. Chief unatoka which
I am senior assistant chief, 22 years, Langata High Rise.
Okay, Langata High Rise.
Yes.
Ngoja. Wapi? Haya, pigia makofi chief. Bado mkutano inaendelea. Wapi? Ngojas. Wapi OCS wa hiyo area? OCS wa hiyo area ni nani?
Unajua ipo hapo kwa mpaka tu hapo kitu.
Bwana OCS, hiyo ni which police station?
Langata Police Station, sir.
Langata Police Station.
Yes, sir.
Sawa, ukifika wakati ya OCS utachangia kwa hiyo agenda.
Yes, sir.
Sawa. Thank you. Keti tu ni sawa. Wewe mwacheni nini tusikizane. Alafu kuna chief ako pale mwisho.
Thank you.
Nimesikia huyo chief anahitaji nini, tutapanga hiyo. Nimesikia. Ule chief ama ni assistant chief ako nyuma pale?
Assistant chief.
Okay, endelea.
Thank you sir. Yenye ningeongea nyingi mwenzangu ameongea.
Yeah.
Alafu
sema jina.
Ninaitwa Bernard Kanzika kutoka Lindi sublocation, Kibra subcounty. Kitu ya kwanza yenye ningependa kuuliza ni kwamba sisi machief ni kama assistant chief ni kama tumesahauliwa. Tumesikia mmesema ya kwamba polisi mwenye amefanya kazi for 15 years in the same position atakuwa promoted from constable to corporal. Na huyo mwingine tena hivyo. Sisi assistant chiefs, unakuta assistant chief anaandikwa assistant chief, anafanya kazi for 30 years, ana retire akiwa assistant chief. Mwenzangu hapo amesema amefanya kazi for 22 years ana assistant chief. Mimi nimefanya.
Nimesikia hiyo.
Yes sir.
Hiyo I will respond later.
Yes sir.
But nilisema for constable amefika 50 years. But that does not matter. Nitaongea baadaye nikijibu mambo ya career progression ya my chiefs na assistant chiefs. That is why tumewapeleka kwa course, so that then it can facilitate the next stage. But I'll tell you later. Haya, chief mwingine ya mwisho ilikuwa wewe. Okay, malizia. Wacha tumalizie huyu. Alafu tuendelee na OCS.
Our beloved CS, our RC, the governor, and all protocols observed. Everyone present, good afternoon. yangu yatakuwa machache kwa sababu mengi yameongelewa na wenzangu, kama hili la mwisho, swala la mwisho. Hata hivyo, our CS, sisi tumesimama hapa tukisema kwamba this round sisi tunaenda kufanikiwa zaidi. Hatujawahi kuwa na mwingine amefanya mambo kama haya. Kwa hivyo sisi tukitoka mkutano huu, yale mambo tumeomba yote kabisa tunahakika, kwa sababu sisi tutakuwa vizuri zaidi. Langu labda la mwisho, kwa sababu ya wakati, wamesema mambo na tunahitaji afande uangalie mambo yote round hata ile hatujakuambia. Sababu kwa maombi ya Mwenyezi Mungu sisi huomba kwamba Mungu hata ile tujaomba Mungu tuweze kutujazia. Lile utaona ni zuri sisi tupate. Hatuwezi kukua na limitation. Lile utaona ni zuri kwa maafisa wako, kwa sababu all of us are miracle workers. Tunafanya kazi nzuri hata kama tuna madoadoa, all of us are committed to this service. Tunaomba kwamba mambo yale utaona sisi hatujajua, kwa sababu labda hatuna utaalamu zaidi wa kuelewa yale tunayohitaji. Tunaomba wewe uende uangalie kabisa, uangalie mambo ya policy, workforce yote, uturekebishie mambo, kwa sababu tunazeeka tukienda nyumbani bila pesa mfukoni. Naomba kwamba langu hawa machifu na waona na assistant chiefs, hata madio watu yako ya ngao na polisi, wale ambao wanaishi hapa Nairobi, kwa sababu tunafanya kazi hapa, house allowance ni kidogo sana. Hawa machifu na waona afande wanaishi kwa slums, even some police officers na wakuta kwa slums. Kwa hivyo tunaomba kwamba hii kidogo hii ya house allowance ichezwe kidogo, house allowance ichezwe kidogo, ili iendelee ikuwe nzuri. Na kuna mambo, excuse me, affordable housing imesemwa, ndio sikutaka nirudie yale mambo imesemwa. Kwa hivyo mimi nasema yale imesemwa yote amesikia, na yeye ndiye amekuwa msikifu wa kwanza. We thank you for listening to us, because you have never had this kind of experience. Our supplication is everything that we have asked and that which that we have not asked, utuongezee tafadhali. Na langu la mwisho ni kwamba hii mambo ya compensation ya watu ya ngao, tukiwa machifu na assistant chiefs, ikuwe fast tracked. Kama mtu amepata shida, ifanyika haraka vile tunaona inafanyika katika departments zingine, ndio tupate nafuu. Yale ningesema ni mengi, lakini kwa sababu yamesemwa, thank you sir.
Asante sana. Kuna chief moja pale was very
mimi naitwa
Semea hapo. Semea hapo.
Mimi naitwa Nehemia Mocha, chief ya good relocation pale Adams. Karibu sana.
Asante. Haya, last one. Chief, haraka. Ama ni assistant, yes. Proceed.
Asante sana PS wetu, Cabinet Secretary Mr. Kipchumba Murkomen. Bali kukaa na assistant chief na wananchi chini ili usikie malalamishi wao. Sasa kuna ombi ningeomba kama assistant chief, wenzangu wamesema mambo ya promotion. Sasa mimi natoka sub location, asina location division, police na haina gari, OCS ana gari, DO ana gari ama ACC. Sasa wakati mwananchi anataka asaidiwe inakuwa ni vigumu, kwa sababu gari hakuna. Inabidi turudi kwa mfuko, tutoe pesa ili tusaidie mwananchi. Ingine saa ningependa kusema ni ya kwamba wakati niliandikwa tulikuwa na makarani wa chief, ambaye chief ni mtu, unajua chief ni field officer. Chief si mtu ya kukaa kwa ofisi, ni mtu ya kutembea kuangalia mwananchi, hapa nini mbaya, hapa nini mbaya. So nilikuwa naomba saa hii makarani wa chief turudisiwe. Ingine saa ni mambo ya pombe na bangi ama liquor license. Mimi nikiandikwa saa any licensing ya liquor ama ya bar, assistant chief ama chief alikuwa anaulizwa. But now according to the devolved functions, Unakuta bar imekuwa license, chief ajui, na ikiwa raid, chief ndiye anaenda hapo, unakuta bar iko na license, unashindwa vile unafanya saa. So hii mambo ya licensing saa, chief hausiswe na DO na ofisi zetu. Ingine saa kitu ya maana sana mwenzangu amesema. Sisi kama ngao officers hatujui tuko wapi. Kwa sababu unakuta chief ama ngao officers tuko kazi 24/7. Na unakuta other civil servants saa ikifika saa 11 wamefunga ofisi, wako nyumbani. Ikifika wakati ya national celebration, chief ana mobilize watu, chief hakuna saa anapumzika. So upande hiyo saa tungependa weke task force ili kuonyesha chief huyu anafaa upande wa polisi ama anafaa awe wapi saa. Ingine saa ni mambo ya ngapu. Mimi nimekuwa mtu wa KANU since 1992. But wakati nimeandikwa kazi ya serikali nikawacha siasa. Wakati ule saa tukiwa na emergency, ukiita administration police saa anakuja mbio mnaenda kazi. Lakini saa hizi imekuwa ngumu. Ukienda kwa OCS anakuambia sina strength. Na raia anataka asaidiwe. So saa mambo ya ngapu ingekuwa vizuri kama tungepata jana. Waturudishie B wetu ili kazi tunanyorosa saa. So ingine saa ya mwisho ni ya kwamba ningependa kushukuru sana kwa kutuletea regional commissioner. Kwa hii mwezi moja amekaa hapa saa. Anajua mama chiefs wote, anajua ofisi ya chief iko saa wakiwa na county commissioner. So kwa hiyo machache hiyo nimesema saa tusaidie saa.
Thank you very much. Haya, regional commissioner endelea.
Thank you. Hao machifu ni moto si moto? Wanaweza choma mtu ama hawezi? Leo ni siku ya kuchomana. Basi pia kuja choma.
Our Chief Kesa, CS Honorable Murkomen, our DRG, our IGAPS, and IG KPS, all protocols observed. Good afternoon. My name is Sarah Kimusar. I'm the OCS Riruta Police Station, representing my fellow OCSS Nairobi. I have some few comments to put to our CS. The first one is the medical scheme for the police service. It's there, however, it's not operational as well. Through your office, we have a national police hospital along Balindiway, Raila Odinga. If that office, that hospital could be serviced and given doctors, the police could be assisted from that facility. Another issue is the QRU team. It's called Quick Response Team in Nairobi. Through your office, sir, if that team could be equipped. The Quick Response Team are very important in Nairobi. In terms of riot, crowd control, they come in handy. Through your office, if they could be facilitated for them to have mobility. As the OCSS, we give them our vehicles, and you find the police station will lack mobility since we support that QRU team. Another issue is a digital OB. We appreciate digitalization as a country. However, for the police, we need your assistance, whereby we have enough network coverage for that digital OB and a good backup. As we install the digital OB, the backup could be the challenge, whereby we lose reports after a while. Through your office and through the government, your support could make the service work well for this country. Another issue is security risk for our stations. Most stations, they are not fenced. They are not perimeter fence. During the last Maandamano, we experienced attack on stations. Through your office, could they build fence, a perimeter fence and good gates for us to secure that facility to give service to this community? This one goes to the correctional service. We have a Dagoretti law courts within Dagoretti. I come from Dagoretti, and we don't have mobility. We use our station vehicles to ferry prisoners to remand. And in that case, it's very risky for an OCS and the officers in case of they break from that mic fixture, it will end us to explain unnecessarily. So through your office, we ask if the correctional center could provide a motor vehicle to assist the Dagoretti law courts. Lastly, sir, we have newly gazetted stations within Nairobi. They lack motor vehicles and offices to serve the public. Through your office, if you could support the newly gazetted stations for us to give a proper service to the community. My appreciation goes to you, CS, for working the journey with us. Wanasema umeweka sikio kwa ground, and we appreciate it a lot. Secondly, we appreciate the government for the upcoming recruitment. I believe the issue of understrength will be solved through the recruitment. Lastly is to ask if the government could bring affordable houses to our station areas. Some stations have some parcel of land. You can have some blocks outside the station. It will assist the police for accommodation. Lastly is to appreciate the government for implementing the national police reforms. We've had some salaries increment. We appreciate and we hope for more. Thank you, sir.
Ndio, tukiwa kwa vitengo ya OCS, tuko na OCS Chief Inspector Tuska Opondo. Tuska Opondo ni OCS wa Capitol Hill. Ndio. Karibu.
Our CS, sir, IG, and our two DIGs, the Governor of Nairobi, Mr. Sakaja, all protocols observed. Good afternoon. I think I'm the most privileged officer this afternoon because it's like the CS was smart enough to read my mind. All the points that I had prepared to put across, the CS was able to expound them, and he was perfect and precisely clear. Therefore, I don't see the need of taking much of the time here. I therefore donate my time to the next speaker. Thank you.
Si ameongea vizuri? Kama huna unasema ni mimi nimemwambia aseme.
Nataka niulize, ngoja 1 minute. The OCSs unyoko hapa. There is a gap in law between the arresting powers of a citizen, including chief, and the final now recording in the OB, then charge sheet, and then charging by the DPP. How do we bridge that gap? Do you sort out that problem that the assistant chief wa IRS alisema? Apart from, how do you facilitate, still assist the chief to achieve the objective of enforcement, but the OCS and the police take responsibility? Which OCS wants to take that question? Without putting it to the Langata one or whoever. Because it's a practical challenge, you know? You want to take OCS Langata, you want to respond? Any OCS can respond. It is not personal to you. It's just bridging the gap between Ngao and the police enforcement. Unaweza semea hapo? You don't need to. Unaweza ongelelea hapo bwana OCS.
Thank you, sir. My name is Chief Inspector Robert Okoth, OCS Current Plains. I feel that I should respond to that question. The matter that is arising between the chiefs and the OCSs. Basically, there is no big deal, but the problem arises that when it comes to the use of the OB, lawfully it is known that the OB is kept at the police station. But in many occasions that we have worked with the chiefs. When we do what we normally refer to as operations, after you have done arrest as a team, as a security team, you will hear the chief tells you that, I want the OB number. So it appears as if there is a kind of protagonism between the police station and the chief, while the job that is being done is a security job. It only needs some kind of responsibility that when a case has reached the OCS office, it is common knowledge that it should be processed through court. But now when there is no trust that the prisoners are brought, and then you do something as if you are doing backstabbing, you want to follow up that what has the OCS done with that case. And at a time when probably you don't get what will satisfy you with what you thought, then now you go ahead speaking as if now we are fighting one another, and instead we were doing a common job. Now, the solution. Let us first of all know what the Constitution demands between the work of the police and the work of the chiefs, and where we are coming together. It is common knowledge that when you have arrested a prisoner, when you have reached with that prisoner at the police station, the first thing is that you have to record a statement. When you have recorded a statement, it qualifies you to testify before courts. Now, you have brought a prisoner to the police station as the chief. The law requires that within 24 hours, I'm supposed to dispose this prisoner to court. You don't have the statements of this. You did not record it because of any other reason. Now, it will force me with the powers of the OCS to release this prisoner within 24 hours. When you do this, because these powers are vested with the OCS, it comes as if there is a kind of war down here. OCS amekula pesa, OCS amefanya nini. Now, that one should be solved in that manner. The 24 issue, and who is allowed to possess the OB, and after I've given you the OB number, and I want to request the office CS that providing the chief with the OB number is not enough. Because at the end of it, this person will be processed through the police station to go to court, not through the chief's office. It is in the Constitution and the law. So let us just work together to make this thing very easy for the persons arrested to go to court, but not backstabbing. The issue here, which you are hearing about, I read it as backstabbing. Thank you.
What I know what you have said is true, except one thing to vary one OCS. You have a responsibility to prepare the suspect, to record the statement in the OB. I think so that many chiefs are complaining all over the country that they are being told to testify continuously. So inakuwa ni suspect ya chief, mabusu ni ya chief. To protect the chief so that you know the chief now, if he arrests today mtu ya pombe, kesho ya bangi, mwingine ya defilement, mwingine ya nini, alafu akuwe tu anaenda kotini, itafika stage wenye atakuwa anasunguka kotini instead of going back to do work. So the chief and the assistant chief during these operations, as you've said, let do together the operation, but let the police officer who was attached take the responsibility for recording the arrest. Then it allow the chief atoke, you know. Number two, you have said about the OB number. I think there is nothing wrong with sharing the OB number with the chief, because yeye ndio anarudi village. So wananchi watakuwa wanamuuliza, na ule mwizi mlishika ama mlienda kukula na OCS kitu huko mbele mmeachilia. So it helps for accountability. It helps you for accountability to make sure that the chief has the details of the process. The last thing is part of all this confusion. After what you have said is true. You know, if it's in 24 hours you don't have statements, you can't take someone to court, then you have to release them. But you see, the problem is, if we have a close working relationship with the chiefs and the assistant chiefs, the public will be sensitized about that. So that by the time you go for operation, you already know that you have support of the public for recording statement. Kwamba huyu amefanya, then it can expedite the process. So I think in our, and this is not just for Nairobi, I'm saying all over the country, that working relationship, it's achieved, it becomes easy. And that means not just sub-county security team, but also at the divisional level, you need to have more meetings together. And I've said, what is the problem? You are OCS. If the division you are manning is safe, and the chief helped you to make you safe, you take the credit, the chief takes the work. It is, you benefit from working with people. There's no need to become defensive. And I'm not saying I'm putting you on the spot. It's okay. I'm just making comments on that issue. Yeah. Governor?
Thank you, Waziri. I think this is an issue we should look at more keenly, because it's something also the county inspectorate officers are dealing with. Because I don't see the sense you arrest someone in Ruai, you bring them to town. You arrest someone in Kasarani. If you look at section 29 of the Criminal Procedure Act, we might need to, because also there are bylaws of the city that people infringe on that need also to be prosecuted. So I'd ask, beyond just the chiefs and the assistant chiefs, also for our county inspectorate enforcement, to also have either a line that when they find someone infringing on our laws, it can go all the way to the DPP or through, because it's the same problem. You come to Central Police Station, you find somebody amezungushwa the whole day kwa gari ya kanjo. It's a bad thing, we don't like it. Alafu, it doesn't make sense. Na alifanya kitu ndogo, alikojoa kwa ukuta huko, So please help us do that.
We will respond also at the end. Is there any other OCS who wanted to say something else? Mwenye kuongeza kitu? Ngoja, there is time for vijana, relax. Uko sawa, utafika wakati yako. Prepare your points. Thank you very much. Naona mmetisha OCS hawataka kusema maneno mengi. Hapa Nairobi wameona. Yes, last maybe OCS Kipchumba, the last one.
My name is Chief Inspector Albert Kipchumba, the OCS Madare Police Station in Starehe Sub-County. Now, to respond to what our chiefs have said concerning the OCS, the police station, to clear suspicion between the police and the chief. For example, chief akipata kuna bangi mahali, gari ya bangi, please don't go alone. Let us have multi-agency approach on all arrests for the purpose let me explain. Let me explain. You see,
tulia.
Let me explain. Kasi ya
Order.
kasi ya kukamata
tulikubaliana mapema tusikizane. Because please, what the officer is saying is true. So tusikize kwanza. Unajua usiposikia mtu mpaka mwisho utarukia katikati. Amesema the right thing tufanye pamoja, which is lacking at the moment, which is the problem. Ngoja tusikizane. Ikifika wakati ya wananchi mta respond.
Now I was saying,
ndio maana, that's why I told you earlier, hiyo kelele ndio inafanya OCS wanyamazi. Because ngoja na wakinyamaza ni hasara, mkutano haitafikia yenye tulikuja kufanya. Yeah? If we make everybody speak freely, ndio tutapata results. Lakini tukisema hapana, unaona this is the only county yenye kwa county zingine OCS walikuwa wanang'ang'ania mic mpaka unawaambia imetosha. Lakini hapa waliposikia maneno yenu nimeona wamejinyamazia. So I want to request you. Nataka niwaombe. Tulisema hapo awali maoni yote ni sawa. So nawaomba tusikilizane so that we find solution to the problems that are affecting us. Otherwise hao watu watanyamaza, hata wataogopa kusema ile Like now I was expecting OCS aseme ni shida gani tu wako nayo na wananchi, lakini wamenyamaza. Haya, proceed.
The justice system, unajua case ndio iweze kufaulu kotini, police na chief mpaka wakuwe pamoja katika ushahidi. Now ndio case isitubwe na alafu OCS alaumiwe kwamba alikula case. Kama chief ako na amepata information mahali kuna kitu ambaye ni criminal, involve a multi-agency approach. Get the AP of that area, get the ACC, get everybody, hata wase wa nyumba 10. Everybody, ili tukienda kukamata, tuwe na utaratibu wa kufaulu katika case kotini. But if you act as a chief alone, you will not win the war. And you will blame the police for failure of succeeding in prosecution. So my humble request, my fellow chiefs, if you find anything criminal, let the station come. If you don't believe even in the OCS, call the OCBD, call the regional command, talk to anybody senior in the police, and then evaluate us if we are not going to succeed. Thank you so much.
You know, that is the only way a chief hataambiwa sasa ukue unakuja kama witness, because then the police watafanya the recording and the chief can go back again to organize another raid. You know, if you work together, and especially a pombe na bangi, if we can involve Nakada, it will also help a great deal. Then if there is areas yenye iko gray inakwaya to gazette certain officers wakue enforcement officers, because I know even the Nairobi County enforcement officer are gazetted as enforcement officers. But I don't think it is necessary to gazette a chief as an enforcement officer. We can avoid that when Ngapu is there, or when you work together in a multi-agency, then the police can take the burden. Then the administrator can go back to work without being told, wewe sayote ndio unakuja kotini. And that's what the OCS is saying, and that's the right way to go. Now that was the only group I was lenient to. The rest, daika moja moja, the rest of the government officers. Proceed, RC.
Thank you, sir. Tunaendelea vizuri. Nataka wafuatao wajitayarishe. Form tab units. Mwenye anaongea niaba ya APS, Dr. Margaret Chege. Traffic, Chief Inspector Erastus Ekwam. ACCs, Damaris Mutanu na Peter Makali. Tafadhali mujitayarishe in that order. Daktari Margaret Chege, karibu.
Thank you, sir. Our Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, Principal Secretary is present, His Excellency Johnson Sakaja, the Governor for Nairobi County, Inspector General for National Police Service, my IG, Administration Police Service, and the DIG, Kenya Police Service, all protocols observed. Good afternoon. Hamjambo. Kwa majina naitwa Dr. Margaret Gakami, a PhD holder from the University of Nairobi in project planning and management, specializing in project design, planning and implementation. I'm the Assistant Superintendent of Police, the Sub-County Commander for Dagoretti South. Bwana Waziri, it's an honor to be here this afternoon, and I really want to appreciate you for the great remarks that you have done. And I want to ride on most of them because as a representative for the Nairobi region for the Administration Police Service, most of the proposals that you raised are some of them that we had discussed as a team, and I would like to ask your permission just to go ahead and read our proposals and interventions as we had prepared. The Administration Police Service continues to play a central role in promoting internal security through protection of the critical infrastructure, community policing, border protection, and even working closely with other government agencies, and especially in provision of security of government buildings in the city. However, for the Administration Police Service in Nairobi region to remain responsive to the growing urban security demands, deliberate and targeted interventions are necessary to address the systemic challenges. This proposal outlines practical and scalable solutions aimed at strengthening Administration Police Service effectiveness in Nairobi and beyond. Some of the challenge areas and proposed interventions. Number one, we need to strengthen command cohesion within the National Police Service. The challenge is there are variations in leadership ranks across the different formation of the National Police Service, that is in the Kenya Police Service, in the Administration Police Service, and in the Directorate of Criminal Investigations at the regional level, at the county level, and even at the sub-county level. Proposal, if we can be able to align these, Bwana Waziri, leadership ranks across all MPS formations, then we can have or ensure that we have clarity, unity of purpose, and operational synergy across all the leadership levels. The other issue is on capacity, that is personnel, specialized training, and deployment. The major challenge we have is that Administration Police Service personnel in Nairobi, they are overstretched because of the increase in population. There is a lot of urbanization that has led to increase in population in our city. And as we look even at the international standards, where we have to have the ratio of 1 police officer to the number of citizens, the international standard is 1:400. But our population, as we were told here in morning, that we are over 5 million, 5.8, going to 6 million. And with the number of police officers that we have, it is not proportionate to the population that we have. And with urbanization, the increase in crime has gone up. We have a lot of issues in terrorism, issues in cybercrime, issues in organized crime. If we can be able to increase the number of personnel in Nairobi County, then we can be able to serve our wananchi better. And by the end of the day, they'll be happy and we will be happy. It's a win-win situation. At the same time, we should be able to integrate Nyumba Kumi, community policing, so that we can support Administration Police Service. These are our brothers, these are our sisters. The crimes or the people who are committing crime, they are living in their houses. If we can bring them closer, they'll be our eyes and our ears on the ground. We also need to establish a regional crime trend analysis unit which will guide the deployment. For example, an area in Nairobi, like maybe in the informal settlements of Kibra, Kawangware, we need to do a proper data analysis where there is high levels of crime, then more personnel deployment should take place in those areas. Transport and operational mobility, for us to be able to move from one area to another, for us to be able to respond easily to the needs of the population, for us to be able to conduct patrols, we need vehicles. We understand it's true we have vehicles, but they are not enough, and especially in the newly formed sub-counties. On the same issue of fuel, we recognize and acknowledge, Bwana Waziri, that we get at least 450 liters per month. But because of the nature of duty and the diverse areas that we have to serve in, it is not enough. We therefore kindly request if we can be added up to 600 liters per month, then we can be able to offer our services well to the wananchi. Oh my God. And then, the issues of offices, the infrastructures that we have. You find, Bwana Waziri, most of our offices are highly congested. They are very small, they are very crowded, and they are not well facilitated in terms of the infrastructure. You find that we do not have internet, we do not have computer, we do not have printers, we do not have those items that are going to help us work well in a conducive environment. I wish we can be facilitated with the same so that we can be able to deliver well. On the same point, I think we also need proper interview rooms so that when wananchi comes to our offices, we can be able to deliberate and discuss issues with a lot of confidentiality, and they can develop public trust in us. We also need to have conference halls so that we can have public barazas even in our stations. Last but not least, the issue of housing. I understand and I really appreciate that we at least get housing allowance. But Bwana Waziri, the housing allowance is not yet enough for all of us. Because you find what we get, we can only afford houses in the informal settlements, which is not safe or secure even for most of us. Even some of us have to live so far away from our working stations. You find us spending 3 hours so that we can arrive to our working stations. Therefore, spending a lot of time on the road, creating a lot of stress, reducing the morale and productivity of our offices. This also affects the family life of the offices. This and many more, if they can be implemented, I think we can strengthen the administration police service in Nairobi region and able to serve better. And mwananchi will be happy and will also be happy. Naona mkubwa amesimama, just one more. Aya basi, we are disciplined forces. Na mkisema tumalize, tunamaliza, na nitamaliza na statement moja. Bwana Waziri, if we empower the administration police service, then we'll empower national security. Thank you so much.
Asante, makofi kwake. Kizungu naye sawa. Haya, Chief Inspector Erastus.
Our Honorable Cabinet Secretary, Mr. Kipchumba Murkomen, the Governor of Nairobi County, His Excellency Sakaja, and all protocol observed. Mine will be brief because of the time. I will just be brief in highlighting the points that are the challenges of traffic within Nairobi County. One, Bwana Waziri, we have 2 areas, the Central Business District and the outskirts areas that are covering Nairobi. Within the Central Business District, sir, the major challenge within this Central Business District is misallocation of matatu stages, the hawkers, the handguards, and the trolley guys that normally use the handguards and the trolleys. We have the motorcycles that normally drive on the wrong side, on the pavement, on the pedestrians walk. We have non-synchronized traffic lights. There are areas that are not covered by traffic lights that are required to be installed. Then we have the tuk-tuks. Tuk-tuk, I know it is a business, but the way they also operate, especially along Landis Road, and the handguards business guys, it is terrible, it is dangerous, especially on the other road users. Then we have the roads with the potholes. We are also experiencing challenges, especially roads that are not being sealed with the potholes, which is also a danger to other road users. We have the issue of drainage, especially when it rains in Nairobi. You will find that vehicles are submerged in waters because of the poor drainage systems. And I believe the Excellency, the Governor, will take care of that. Then, having said that, we have challenges that are also affecting the base commanders that are operating in the outskirts of the Central Business District. These are one, lack of proper pedestrians infrastructure. Along Wayaki Way, we have a challenge there. And because vehicles are moving at a speed within that areas, we experience more fatalities or injuries affecting pedestrians. When you go through Outer Ring, as our governor had mentioned, because of the number of fatalities there, it is because of the poor lighting on the footbridges that have been provided specifically for pedestrians to use. So pedestrians fail to use the footbridges and hence use the roads where at night it becomes a challenge. And more so, fatalities within Nairobi happen during the night. Pedestrians avoid using the safe footbridges that have been provided because of poor lighting, and there are also security. Lastly, we have areas of stages. In terms of the lighting, that is from Taj Mall to Allsops, we have that problem. There are no lightings. If you go through the Thika Superhighway, the same problem is there within the footbridges. There are no lighting for proper use of pedestrians along the stretches. Lastly, we have also narrow roads. As you saw, when you came to this venue, Waziri used Lower Kabete Road. Lower Kabete Road has volume of vehicles. So they use single lane. And that one is also bringing a problem in terms of traffic congestion. Riverside, Prime Bank, we have also a challenge because of that. If the same can be expanded, then we shall have safe roads and also discongest our town and allow people to use our roads freely. Thank you so much, Bwana Waziri.
Asante, tumpatie makofi kwa kuweka saa.
Commander, base commander. Hujasema kitu kuhusu ile kitu kidogo. Tutamaliza hiyo namna gani?
Bwana Waziri, that is a vice that we are all alive to the fact that it is illegal, it is unacceptable, and it is even evil in the Bible. So what I will only appeal to both the givers, because they are not exonerated from that, they should keep off, desist, and allow officers to do their work professionally. If you are arrested, go and face the law. Go to court and plead your case in court. My appeal to my all commanders and officers to do their work diligently and professionally. That is provided. Thank you, sir. And lastly, the issue of border border that our governor had mentioned. We had a meeting at the police pavilion, and all the border borders within the command were brought in. They were all brought together, and there is a policy that all must register with their respective circles. So this is the process that is being expedited, and in the next maybe 1 month, all the border borders will operate under circles and under specific uniforms within Nairobi county and sub-county. So the sub-county will have their specific uniforms. Thank you.
Just a minute. There's a circle, which is okay. I asked very specifically